do Hispanic people get a pass for saying the N-word? Like, do these other cultures get a pass for saying, or should like only black people say it?
Yo. We are the Levi's Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Is it getting harder to define blackness? You used a couple of different examples, but recently Isaiah Hartenstein, right, the big man for the New York Knicks.
Yep.
You told me that, or somebody thought that he was
He was
white.
He went on a Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart podcast.
There we go.
And they flat out, as soon as the episode started, they asked him, "Yo, so are you black?" Literally, that's how they just started to.
And these are his teammates.
Yeah, these are his teammates, right? Yeah,
right.
And so he explained himself, and he said, "Yo, I'm actually mixed. Like my dad is black."
Right.
Now, if you actually take a look at him, he looks like a straight white man. He literally looks like a white dude named Trevor.
There you
like,
go. He looks like a white dude named Cooper. And so in addition to that, there was recently a young lady who came out who was kind of getting harassed online because everybody was speculating that this was the woman who is in between the alleged beef. Well, it's not alleged. We're just saying this is the alleged woman that's the reason why Future and Drake are beefing. She came out and said, I'm not black. I don't want to be black. But she also used the N-word.
Like throughout the video.
Right. And she's Colombian. You know, there's so many different examples, whether Logic, we all at this point know Logic is mixed. But he kind of favors a white guy, depending on his hairstyle, right? Like, he's very ambiguous with it.
Yeah.
And then also more recently, J. Cole on his new album, My Delete Later, he had a line where he kind of said he don't care about the Grammys.
He
and
said,
these
white people ain't gave me nothing.
He said these crackers. He actually used the word crackers.
Yes.
Ain't never done ish for me, but lo and behold, if you guys know J. Cole, he's mixed, and his mom is white.
And his mom was in his life.
So she was the only one in his life. I don't even think his dad was there. The mom raised him. People kind of got on him online, like, bro, what are you talking about? Your mom's white. But like this whole conversation about blackness, right? It can go so many different ways and out of control if we wanted to get. But you know, at the end of the day, do you feel like there is no longer a barrier between sort of blackness and how it's being used, whether it's people using the N-word? Do you feel like things are getting harder to define in terms of blackness?
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? Like that's one of the best quotes ever, right? So a lot of times we just look at someone, right, and we say, yo, they kind of look black, like complexion-wise, right? And then we look at them and we're like, they got the, mannerisms of a black person and a white person. Like I feel like lately, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not until, they tell you a lot of times that like, okay, I'm mixed or whatever, right? But the interesting thing to me is like, what classifies black, right? Do people who are mixed or like, or have black or whatever, do they classify themselves as black because they look black? Or is it something like, yo, literally my family member is black? Like, because a lot of people, I've never seen a black looking mixed person claim their white side. I don't think I've ever seen a mixed person claim their white side. Ever. And you brought up the point where you were like, yo, like, if you look black, like, you're going to side with black people, And so, but then on the flip side, there's somebody like Halsey, where a lot of people don't know Halsey is actually mixed.
The singer? Halsey?
Halsey, yeah.
Halsey.
She's mixed.
No way.
A lot of people don't know that,
way.
right? Because once again, you look at her and you're like, that's a white lady, right?
That's so interesting.
She's mixed.
That's
so like,
interesting.
is she what side she claimed? So I just thought it was interesting. It was an interesting combo on Twitter because Isaiah Hartenstein, he literally looks white, and so like
First off, I did not know Halsey. I'm still bothered by what you just said. I'm still thinking about wait, what do you mean she's mixed?
Yeah,
That's crazy
Halsey's
to me.
mixed.
But no, I look at it like, man, it comes down to identity. Like that's the key word I want to use here, because your identity is who you choose to be, who you choose to see yourself as, right? This is the reason why there's people in the trans community who are transitioning to another gender and they're like, I identify as this person. So I want to live my life like that. Now the difference here is back in the day, during the slave times and whatnot, there was this concept of the one drop rule where at one point it was, if you had any mix with black people in terms of genetics, you were considered black. It don't matter that you don't necessarily identify. That was back then.
What you look like.
Yeah, but I think now, man, people are getting so commingled genetically. Bro, it's kind of difficult to identify black people now.
10%, some are 10% black.
There's some people who legitimately think Logic is white.
He looks white.
Yeah, but even when he uses the N-word, they have a problem with it because they're like, yo, he looks white.
He's a white guy.
How crazy is that?
And that's where I want to dive with the N-word thing. I don't really use it, right? But, you know, shit, it's like the rule has always been weird to me. Like, we grew up in, you know, area with Hispanic and black people. We were together in the apartment complex, and like we were just always like one, right? So I grew up not really having an issue with Hispanic people saying the N-word, right? But there's people that have not grown up like that. Do Hispanic people get a pass for saying the N-word? Like, do these other cultures get a pass for saying, or should like only black people say it? I don't know. I just have a different view on it. I personally believe we all should not be saying it. But if y'all gonna say it, like, do Hispanic people get a pass? Do Asian people get a pass?
Nah, it's so crazy.
This has to be. We have to figure this out right
by
now.
By the way, we are having a inside conversation outside because this is televised.
We are.
Right? And this is good. We actually need to have more of these conversations out loud.
We do.
Because here's, and we can extend this slightly.
For sure.
Because I think that, like, you know, first and foremost, I use the N-word, but not like salaciously. Like, I don't use it like with
excessively.
I don't think I use it excessively. That's probably the best way to say it. And I do think we should not be using it, but I've been conditioned, whether it's via the music, to just use it. I just do, right? Now, do I believe that we should all stop using it? Absolutely. And I am actually trying to stop using it as much, to the point where I just stop using it completely. That's me.
They said 3 weeks. Give a habit
3 weeks. I thought it was 4 weeks, but
it'll
anyway.
become normal.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna figure it out one day, right? And I think we all should absolutely get to that point, but it's so tricky because, yes, there are black people who don't feel that strongly about the use of the N-word with other people. So how do you now convince, you know, somebody you might know that somebody like a Fat Joe can use it openly, or somebody like a 6ix9ine
Because it's like,
can use it openly? Is it because they grew up with black people? That's why y'all cool with it? Because when Nav, who's an Indian guy, was getting his start in music, first couple songs, people were like, hold up, where's this guy from? Oh, he Indian? Bro, you can't say it. You know what he did? He stopped.
He didn't even argue. He just stopped. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stop.
You know why? Because he knows good and damn well that on what planet can Indian people get off that word? It's like white people. There is literally no space where somebody will justify a white person using the N-word, even if they grew up with black people.
I've seen people justify it,
bro.
I mean, but then again, like, you know, like Fat Joe's case, I thought Fat Joe made a good point. I mean, a lot of people were still killing him, but Fat Joe made a good point. He said, I grew up, I thought I was pretty much black. I grew up all around all black people. You talk about identity, right? You said I identify as this, you identify as that. It's like, yo, like, if you identify as somebody who's pretty much in the black culture, like, why can't I use the word, right? But that's the thing. When something is so tricky like that, you just gotta stop it.
And that's why people are so. That's why it's so difficult for people to separate identity with your actual appearance, your racial appearance. Right, you can Fat Joe can identify as somebody who is obviously from Puerto Rico, his ethnicity wise, grew up around black people in the Bronx. Yet when people look at Fat Joe, they don't see a black person. They see somebody who's white,
who's Oh, you think they see white?
I
see Spanish or I see Latino.
Well, when I say white, I mean somebody from Spain, a Spaniard.
Okay, a Spain.
You go to Spain. If you didn't know you were in Spain, you look up and see people who
he does. He's not like,
you get what I'm saying?
He's not black. Hispanic.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, it's true. Like I said, I personally believe, I want to reiterate, I personally believe nobody should be using it. I especially do not believe J-Lo should be using it.
Jeez.
Remember, J-Lo was the first one that got criticized on I'm Real.
That's true.
These niggas want to type of me.
She did.
It didn't even sound right. I'm sure Ja Rule wrote that. And she said, I'll keep it. But I do want to close this out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to close this out by saying, for all the people that are like, N-word scared or whatever, understand that the people that you hear saying it, you're just lucky enough to hear them say it. I'm sure many, many more people use the word, including white people.
Of course.
Including Indian people within households. So
it's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
I think this is actually one of the things in the world we cannot fix.
Listen to the full episode, link below.